Hello everyone, myself Dr. Shubh Arora. Once again, I welcome you back to the lecture series of the subject Marketing Management. Currently, we are on the second unit and today is the third lecture. In today's lecture, we'll be discussing the topics product life cycle, that is also called as PLC. Then we'll be discussing about the pricing in marketing, what is exactly pricing in marketing all about, and pricing objectives. So let's move on to the first topic for today, that is PLC, product life cycle. See, whenever a product is launched or introduced into the market, there are 4 stages through which that product has to go through, right, or the product has to face, right. So basically this product life cycle shows those 4 different stages and what are the various elements or considerations which are attached or involved in all those 4 different stages, right. So and the organization is not very sure about the life of a product whenever the product is introduced in the market, right. So at times the life or the response which the organization or the business gets from the customers or from the market, at times that response towards a particular product is very good, beyond expectations, or vice versa, right. So there are mainly 4 different stages in product life cycle, namely introduction, right. You can have a look of all these 4 stages in the figure on your screen. The first stage is introduction, then that is when the product is very new in the market and is just introduced into the market in front of the consumers. Then the second stage is growth, that means slightly the sales volume increases, takes a pitch, that is the product enters into the second stage, that comes the growth. Then we come to the third stage is basically maturity, that means where the condition has come when the product comes to a stagnant kind of condition, that means a product faces some stability, right. And the fourth one is slowly when new products have entered into the market, or some products have entered with new additional features, or new innovative technology has been used to produce the product, or due to some high level of competition. So various factors are involved when existing product and the sales related to that product gets or faces the condition of decline in the market. So that is called as the fourth stage. So these are the 4 stages: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline, right. Next let's first talk about the introduction stage in detail. When we talk about this stage, at this stage the product is very new and has been recently introduced into the market, right. Here the organization always tries to focus that whatever I have created, that new creation or that new introduction has to be brought into the kind knowledge of the customer. That means the customer has to be aware about what I am trying to sell in the market, right. So basically here the organization tries to create and develop a market for its newly introduced product, right. So this is what happens in the introductory stage, when the product is into the introductory stage, right. And at this stage the organization has to invest a little more, because the organization needs to do some kind of branding and has to also maintain the quality of the product. So promotion has to be done. So all this requires investment, spending money, right, to promote the product, to advertise the product, to make the customer aware, right. So all this requires money, right. And why at this stage all this is required? Because a stage has to occur where the organization can believe that yes, now the customer is aware and has started accepting my product, right. Now we come to the second stage, that is we'll talk about the growth stage. This stage basically faces some kind of increase in both the aspects, increase in sales as well as increase in profits, right? Because at this stage now the consumer has started is very well versed about the product, the features, the characteristics, the additional features, the technology used in that product. So here the demand increases. So since the demand increases, the sale will definitely increase, and since the sale increase, the profit for the organization will also increase. So when there's higher demand, the production has to be also increased, right, to reach the economies of scale. Now what is economy of scale? When the organization tries to find out a point where all the cost of production is optimized, can be optimized, right? So at this particular growth stage, the organization tries to develop the brand preference. That means tries to develop a preference for its brand and the products which it is trying to sell. Also, the organization at this stage tries to increase the market share. So basically tries to penetrate in the market so that the market share can be increased to the max, right? Here at this stage the competition is not that stiff, right, and the organization always in the growth stage always tries to keep a price for its product which is average or moderate. That means it is not that high or it is not that low, right, because here the demand is high. So if the product will be high, then definitely it might hamper the sales. So always at this stage the organization tries to keep a price which is moderate kind of, right, and kind of a broader promotional tools are used in this stage, right, which can result effectively in selling the product or in promoting the product in the market. So this was all about the second stage, which was the growth stage. Now we come to the third stage of product life cycle, that is the maturity stage. So this stage slightly faces a slowdown. That means the demand is not that high, and on the contrary the competition becomes very intense, right? So why? Because why competition becomes intense? Because at this stage there are a number of firms which offer same kind of products, right? So therefore a new product model or its variants are introduced in the market by the competitors, right? So the competition becomes very intense and the sales volume decreases or slow down, right, at this stage. So and very short term incentives are given to the public in the form of some kind of gifts which are offered by the organization, in the form of some kind of vouchers, discounts, rebates, right? So all these methods are used at the maturity stage by an organization to boost up the sales, to exist or survive in the market, right? Now we move on to the last stage, that is the decline stage. Here the product finally faces that the sales has gone very down, and due to the slowdown or drop down in the sales, the profit also decrease, right? And the competition again becomes more severe and intense, right? Because here at this stage the customers have now started quitting your product which earlier the customers were accepting and liking. The demand of the same product in the earlier stages was higher, but now due to some same kind of products have been introduced by the competitors with additional benefits, additional features, some kind of different pricing strategies, different offers which the customer is getting attracted towards some other brands, and now quitting the product of your brand, right, at this stage. So at this stage the management has to take various crucial decisions, like the first is the organization has to maintain the product. The organization has to try its best efforts so that the product can survive in the market, right? And how it can be done? By adding some new features or characteristics in the existing product at existing price. Then second is harvest the product by reducing the cost of production in producing that product, right? And the organization can try to sell this particular product at this decline stage only to some niche market segments. That means only to certain particular segments. So here the organization is trying to focus and trying to sell your product to limited, like it can try to make the scope of selling the product to limited segments of the market, right? Then third, what organization can take, again a good and major decision can be abandon the product. That means if by trying all the methods or strategies or tactics the organization still is not getting a good response, then what the organization can do, it can totally withdraw the product from the market or discontinue the production of such kind of product which is already getting failed or unsuccessful in the market, right? So why to waste by investing in such kind of product? So these were the 4 stages which we just discussed in the product life cycle process. Now we'll come to the pricing in marketing. See, what do we mean by pricing in marketing is when the marketer when the marketer has used all the stages of new product development and the product is ready to be launched and introduced in the market. Here comes the time when the seller or the marketer or the manufacturer has to decide the price at which the product will be sold in the market, right? So here comes some kind of pricing strategies or objectives which are to be used and implemented by the organization. So this is all about the pricing in marketing. And what do we exactly mean by price? Whenever a seller is selling something in the market, it is being sold in exchange of money, right? So that money which the seller receives is the price which has been quoted for that particular product while selling that product to the consumer, right? Now let's talk about first the pricing objectives. So basically on your screen you can see there are 5 kind of pricing objectives, namely survival, maximum current profits, maximum market share, market skimming, and the product quality leadership. First talk about the survival pricing objectives. When we talk about the survival pricing objectives, it means that first and foremost aim or objective of any firm is to set a price to that max optimum level which can help the product or service to survive in the market. That means whatever price you are going to quote for the product or service you are selling in the market should be kept as such so that your product and service survives in the market for a longer period of time, or you keep in mind the long-term objectives, right? And you then quote a price. The new firms continuously keep entering into the market, right? And these new firms always try to pitch in into market keeping in mind the pricing objectives, right? So prices should always be flexible, right? And the company might lower the prices in order to increase the sale. So if an organization wants to increase the sale and wants to earn more and more profits, then it might at some situations can decrease the price also, right? Or would always also be ready for some period of time to face some kind of losses. But the main objective behind facing losses for certain period of time and decreasing the price might be just to survive in the market. That is what the main point we are trying to study here is, that the first main objective of pricing would be survival in the market. The company would try to use a number of strategies, would try to play smartly in the market, and even would be ready to bear some kind of losses just to survive in the market. Now we come to the second pricing objective, that is maximizing the current profits. Price influences the profit, right, which is made by the company, as the price should be such. So the prices should always be kept in such a way that the cost of production is covered by the organization, right? So in this major categories, there are two major categories how the organization can maximize its current profits. The first is the target return. The price point is decided based on the on meeting a certain targeted return, which might be time bound. So when a company focuses on maximizing the current profits based on target returns, here the organization decides the price based on what is my target and how much in this particular time this is my target and this I have to earn, right? Second is maximizing the profits. So the price objective is, in order to maximize the profits, can be for the long term as well as for the short term, right? Short term maximized profits is possible only when there is a lack of competition currently, right? And in that lack of competition, for a small period of time, the company can use the strategy of charging a very high price from the consumers, because here the company may face a condition of monopoly where the seller is single or a sole company is selling the product, right? And the competition is nil. Then when we there are, in order to maximize the profit, this was about short term. Now when we talk about the company making profits for long term, the company needs to keep a price in order to avoid new entrants in the industry, right? So that sole provider or the sole single seller strategy could exist, right? So this was about the second pricing objective. Now we'll move on to the third pricing objective, which is related to market share. When we talk about market share, there are a lot of firms who charge low prices for their offerings to capture or penetrate greater market share, right? And the main reason for this is, for keeping the price low here, is to increase the sales, which may result the company in achieving the economies of scale, right? So higher the sales will lead to lower production cost. The sales is high, you are achieving economy of scale, which will result in lower production cost and increased profits in longer period of time, right? This strategy keeping the price low is known as market penetration pricing, right? Because here the company is trying to penetrate into market and increase the market share by keeping the price low, right? Many companies also believe that it is very important to have a larger or a major market share for its survival in the industry. So a lot of organizations also believe that if I want to survive, if I want my business to survive for a longer period of time in the industry, then my company or my product needs to have a major market share, right? So the pricing method is generally, this kind of pricing method is generally used when the competition is intense and consumers are price sensitive. Next we move on to the fourth kind of pricing objective, that is related to market skimming. This means when a company tries to charge a higher price for the product or services which it is offering in the market for the customers, right? And why here the marketer or the seller is trying to charge a higher price? Because here the seller has tried to use some innovative methods or has introduced a product which is totally innovative and has used some kind of modern technology. So that innovation and modern technology has helped the organization to charge a higher price for the product, right? For example, you can talk about these mobile phones or the electronic gadgets, right? That initially when they are launched in the market, the price is very high, right? Because at initial stages, the company is incurring a high cost of production. But slowly, the price of that per product gets cheaper, right? So they are saying initially the organization tries to charge a higher price because the cost of production is which the organization has to bear is again high, but at later stages it decreases the price. Okay, now we come to the fifth pricing objectives, that is the product quality leadership. Many of the firms keep the price of their goods and services in according to the quality which is perceived in the customers. So here the organization tries to keep the price keeping in mind that what kind of quality perception customer has in his or her mind. That means if I talk about BMW, right, so definitely I have a different thinking or mindset for the cars or the products sold by BMW, right? So this perception, this different perception is due to the quality product which BMW offers in the market in comparison to other sellers. So this pricing objective means that the price is quoted and fixed based on the quality leadership. That is, the organization enjoys the benefits due to the quality it is giving in the product which it is selling in the market, right? That makes it quality leader in the market. So you can have we can talk about some examples, like if we talk about the luxury goods which create high quality, taste and status image in the minds of customers, because due to this higher quality, the customer is very ready and is very happy to pay a higher price, right? For example, we can talk about luxury cars like BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, etc. They create high quality with high status image among the customers, right? So this was about the pricing strategy. So in today's class we discussed about the 4 stages of product life cycle and the pricing objectives. In the following lecture we will be discussing about the pricing strategies. So thank you, take care.